Hello students, today we are going to start the next chapter, pair of straight lines. The subunits included in this topic are combined equation of pair of lines, homogeneous equation of degree 2, angle between lines, and general second degree equation in x and y. Now to discuss all these subtopics, we need some important basic terms. So under the title, some important terminology, let us first discuss the basic terms, basic terminology which we need here. The first term we need here is degree of term in an expression. Now all you are acquainted with the mathematical expression, and mathematical expression includes various terms and each term has its own degree. How we are deciding the degree of that term, we are going to learn under this definition. The sum of powers of variables appearing in a term of an expression is called the degree of term in that expression. Now expression includes various terms and each term contains one or more variables. Each variable has its own power, either 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, no problem at all. Now whatever variables included in that term, take the addition of their powers. The addition of those powers is titled as degree of that term in the given expression. For example, consider the mathematical expression 2x cube plus 3xy plus 4x square y cube minus 5. Now this mathematical expression includes 4 terms. First term 2x cube, it contains only one variable x and the power of that variable is 3, and that's why the degree of first term is 3. Second term 3xy. This second term includes two variables x and y. The power of variable x is 1, the power of variable y is 1. Addition of those powers 1 plus 1, 2, and that's why the degree of second term is 2. Third term 4x square y cube. Variable x has power 2, variable y has power 3. Addition of those powers 2 plus 3, 5. So the degree of third term is 5. Fourth term 5. Now it doesn't include any variable. Variable is not included, meaning that power of included variable is considered to be 0. And that's why the degree of fourth term is 0. In short, whenever any constant term appears in the mathematical expression, the degree of that constant term is taken to be 0. Let us move to the second subtitle, degree of an expression. Once you are acquainted with the idea of degree of various terms in the expression, now how to decide the degree of complete expression? Okay, the definition. The degree of highest degree term in an expression is called the degree of that expression. So what does the definition suggest us? How to decide the degree of complete expression? Whatever various terms are included in that expression, among them pick up the degree of highest degree term. For example, consider the mathematical expression 2x square plus 3xy minus 4x square y square plus y cube. Now in this mathematical expression, the degree of first term is 2, degree of second term is 2, degree of third term 4, degree of fourth term is 3. Now among all these terms, the degree of term, which is highest one, is 4. It is the third term whose degree is 4 and it is the highest degree, and that's why the degree of this complete mathematical expression is taken to be 4. Degree of Above expression is 4. Third subtitle, homogeneous expression. Now what is homogeneous expression? An expression in which the degree of each term is same or equal is called homogeneous expression. Whenever you are taking any mathematical expression, and in that mathematical expression whatever terms are included, each term has its own degree. So whenever all those terms possess the equal degree in the given expression, under this condition that mathematical expression is considered to be homogeneous expression. Let's have one example. Consider the mathematical expression x cube plus 4x square y. This mathematical expression includes total 2 terms. Now the degree of first term is 3, degree of second term is also 3, meaning that whatever terms are included in this mathematical expression, each term has same degree, which is 3, and that's why this complete mathematical expression has degree 3, and it is considered to be homogeneous expression. Okay, so x cube plus 4x square y is homogeneous expression of degree 3. Fourth one, homogeneous equation. After homogeneous expression, now let us move to homogeneous equation. We know that equation is the equality of two expressions. Okay, so which equation is considered to be homogeneous equation? Whenever you are taking any mathematical equation or any mathematical equality whose one side is mathematical expression, which is homogeneous mathematical expression, and whose second side is 0. In short, an equality of homogeneous expression with 0 is called homogeneous equation. Take any homogeneous expression and equate that homogeneous expression with 0, that equality is considered to be homogeneous equation. For example, consider the equality x cube plus 4x square y equal to 0. Now this equality includes the left hand sided part, which is homogeneous expression, and the right hand sided part 0. So here homogeneous expression is equated with 0, and that's why this equality is considered to be homogeneous equation. So like this way, various homogeneous equation you can generate yourself. Now let us discuss the title pair of straight lines. Now we know that straight line can be drawn on the paper. It is a geometrical picture, and we know that straight line consists of various geometrical points, infinitely many geometrical points. Each straight line itself is the collection of geometrical points. So if you are taking two straight lines, say L1 and L2 in the plane, so L1 represent the locus or set of geometrical points. Line L2 also represent the locus or set of geometrical points. Now let us take the points which are included in the line L1 as well as line L2 and collect them together. Whenever you are taking the geometrical points on line L1 and geometrical points on line L2 together, in short, we are taking their union. We know that in the union set we are collecting all the members in one set as well as in another set. So here line L1 can be considered to be one set, line L2 can be considered to be another set, and whenever we take the points on line L1 and on line L2 together, whatever new collection is generated, it is called as pair of straight lines L1 and L2. So the definition of pair of straight lines: let L1 and L2 are any two lines in the plane. The set of all those points which belong to L1 or L2 is called pair of lines L1 and L2. So according to this definition, pair of straight lines L1 and L2 stands for the collection of all those points P such that P belong to line L1 or P belong to line L2. Here P stands for the geometrical point. Now this collection is nothing but the union of two sets L1 and L2. So it is L1 union L2. In short, pair of straight lines L1 and L2 is nothing but the union set of L1 and L2. That you have to remember henceforth. Now once you know the idea of pair of straight lines, we know that every locus, every geometrical figure is associated with some mathematical equation that you already learned in 11th class under the title locus. So here L1 union L2 or pair of straight lines L1 and L2 itself is one locus, and that locus must be associated with some mathematical equation. So in the next title we are going to discuss what is the mathematical equation of L1 union L2 or mathematical equation of pair of lines L1 and L2. So the next title, combined equation of pair of lines, or it is also called as joint equation of pair of lines. Now to derive that mathematical equation of pair of lines, let us discuss the theorem. The title of theorem, Theorem 1. The equation u into v is equal to 0 represents joint equation of lines u is equal u, line u whose equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and line v whose equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So what does the theorem suggest us? Whenever you are taking two straight lines, say u and v in the plane, and from these two lines whenever you are forming the pair of lines, it means L1 union L2. The mathematical equation of L1 union L2 or the mathematical equation of pair of lines L1 and L2 can be obtained by u into v is equal to 0. Meaning that whatever separate lines are there, u and v, take the product of their separate equations, that will gives you the joint equation of pair of lines L1 and L2. Now we are going to prove this theorem. Let's have the proof. Consider the lines. Line u whose equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Call this as equation 1. And line v whose equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Call this as equation 2. Now let us take the product of the equation of these two lines u and v. Consider the equation u into v is equal to 0. Here u stands for the mathematical expression a1x plus b1y plus c1. V stands for the mathematical expression a2x plus b2y plus c2. So here u can be replaced by mathematical expression included in equation 1. V can be replaced by mathematical expression included in equation 2. So u into v is equal to 0. It means a1x plus b1y plus c1 into a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. This new equation is generated. Call this as equation 3. Now we want to prove this equation 3 represents the joint equation of pair of lines L1 and L2. Under what condition equation 3 represents the joint equation of L1 union L2? That is the question. So note that whenever every geometrical point, its coordinates in the set L1 union L2 satisfies equation 3, and conversely any geometrical point whose coordinates satisfy equation 3 is associated, it is the member of the set L1 union L2, then and then only equation 3 represent the mathematical equation of the locus L1 union L2. So in the first part let us take the random point, say P of x1, y1, which belong to line U. This is the arbitrary point which belong to line U we have been taken. Now we want to show that the point P of x1, y1 which belong to line U, it satisfies equation 3. So since point P whose coordinates are x1, y1, it belong to line U, of course it will satisfy the equation of line U, meaning that equation 1. So equation 1 becomes, in equation 1 x can be replaced by x1 and y can be replaced by y1. So equation 1 becomes a1 x1 plus b1 y1 plus c1 is equal to 0. Call this as equation 4. Now putting the coordinates of point P, which are x1, y1, in equation 3, we get, in equation 3, replace each x by x1, each y by y1. So equation 3 is looking like this: a1 x1 plus b1 y1 plus c1 into a2 x1 plus b2 y1 plus c2 is equal to 0. Now according to equation 4, the mathematical expression a1 x1 plus b1 y1 plus c1, it can be replaced by 0. So replacing the expression included in the first bracket by 0, this above equation is looking like this: 0 into a2 x1 plus b2 y1 plus c2 is equal to 0. We know that the product of 0 with any non-zero member or product of 0 with any zero member is always 0. So 0 into a2 x1 plus b2 y1 plus c2, that product become 0. So LHS becomes 0 and RHS is also 0. So whenever the coordinates of point P are replaced in equation 3, its LHS and RHS both become equal, meaning that the coordinates of point P, which are x1 and y1, they satisfies equation 3. Therefore point P of x1, y1 on line U satisfies equation 3. Hence we have been proved that the arbitrary point P of x1, y1 which belong to line L1, it satisfies equation 3. Now whenever any arbitrary point satisfies equation 3 of the line U, meaning that every point on line U, its coordinates also satisfies equation 3. That is the declaration. This proves that every point on line U satisfies equation 3. We have been proved that any point which belong to line U satisfies equation 3. Similarly, we have to prove that every point on line V, its coordinates also satisfies equation 3. But no need to prove it precisely, because it has been proved that any point on line U satisfies equation 3. So similarly, we can declare that any point on line V also satisfies equation 3. So you can put the next statement: similarly, we can prove that every point on line V satisfies equation 3. Now since every point on line U satisfies equation 3, every point on line V satisfies equation 3, meaning that every point which belong to the union set L1 union L2 also satisfies equation 3. So here half part of the proof is completed. Now let us move to the converse part. In the converse part, let us take any random point whose coordinates are satisfying equation 3, and let us try to prove that that point belong to the set L1 union L2. The proof will be completed. So conversely, suppose that the point R whose coordinates are x1, y1, it is any point which satisfy equation 3. Now since point R of x1, y1 satisfies equation 3, in equation 3 each x can be replaced by x1, each y can be replaced by y1. Therefore equation 3 becomes a1 x1 plus b1 y1 plus c1 into a2 x1 plus b2 y1 plus c2 is equal to 0. Now Here a1x1 plus b1y1 plus c1, this is one factor. a2x1 plus b2y1 plus c2, this is another factor. Product of these two factors is 0. We know that whenever the product of any two mathematical factors is 0, of course at least one of them or both of them may be 0. So here we can say that either a1x1 plus b1y1 plus c1 is equal to 0 or a2x1 plus b2y1 plus c2 is equal to 0. Therefore, point R of x1, y1 lies on U or line V. If suppose a1, x1 plus b1, y1 plus c1 is equal to 0, meaning that the coordinates x1, y1 of point R satisfies the equation of line U. And if suppose a2x1 plus b2y1 plus c2 is equal to 0, meaning that the coordinates x1, y1 of point R satisfies the equation of line V. So here it is proved that the point R of x1, y1, it belongs to line U or line V. Okay, meaning that point R of x1, y1 belong to the union set U union V, and therefore any point which satisfies the equation U into V is equal to 0, it lies either on the line U or on the line V. And therefore equation U into V is equal to 0 represents the joint equation of pair of lines U is equal to 0 and V is equal to 0. Here the proof of above theorem is completed. Now let's have some solved examples depending on the theory part which we have been studied up till. First example, find the combined equation of lines x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0 and 2x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now in the above theorem, just before, we have already learned that how to obtain the joint equation of the pair of lines. If you are taking the separate lines U is equal to 0, V is equal to 0, taking the product of those separate equations, we get the joint equation of pair of lines, which is U into V is equal to 0. So the simple technique is that if you want to obtain the joint equation of the pair of lines, take the separate equations of the lines and take their product. Ultimately you are getting the joint equation of the pair of lines according to above theorem. So let us use that theorem in the solution of this example here. So the given lines are x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0 and 2x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. The separate equations of two lines are given here. So to obtain their combined equations, just simply take the product of these two separate equations. And therefore, the combined equation of above lines is x plus y minus 2 into 2x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now you can take the product of these two trinomials precisely. X into 2x minus y plus 2 plus y into 2x minus y plus 2 minus 2 into 2x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Open the brackets. X into 2x, 2x square, x into y minus xy plus 2 into x plus 2x plus y into 2x plus 2xy plus y into minus y square plus y into plus 2, 2y minus 2 into 2x minus 4x minus 2 into minus y plus 2y minus 2 into minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. Now let us collect the like terms and take the precise addition or subtraction among them. Depends on the situation. So how many terms of x square? Only one. So that can be written only once, 2x square. After that, how many terms including xy? I think here we are looking two terms including the variables x into y, minus xy and plus 2xy. their subtraction can be done. It is plus xy. After that, how many terms of y square? Only one term, which is minus y square. Later, how many terms are there including only variable x? There are two terms, plus 2x minus 4x, and the subtraction among them, it is minus 2x. After that, the number of terms including variable y only, two terms, plus 2y plus 2y. Their addition is plus 4y. And at last, constant terms, only one constant term, it is minus 4. So minus 4 is equal to 0. I think no more simplification is possible. So you can declare that 2x square plus xy minus y square minus 2x plus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. This is the joint equation of the given pair of lines. Example 2. Find the combined equation of the lines x minus 2 is equal to 0 and y plus 2 is equal to 0. The same technique we are going to use as in the above example. Take the separate equation of the two lines, x minus 2 is equal to 0 and y plus 2 is equal to 0, and therefore their combined equation is given by x minus 2 into y plus 2 is equal to 0. Take the product of these two binomials, x into y, xy, x into plus 2 plus 2x, minus 2 into y, minus 2y, minus 2 into plus 2, minus 4 is equal to 0. Finally, the joint equation of the given pair of lines is xy plus 2x minus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. Move to the third example. Find the combined equation of the lines x minus 2y is equal to 0 and x plus y is equal to 0. Again, to obtain the combined equation of these two lines, x minus 2y is equal to 0, x plus y is equal to 0, take the product of their separate equations. So we get the combined equation x minus 2y into x plus y is equal to 0. Take the product of these two binomials, x minus 2y and x plus y. The product is x square plus xy minus 2xy minus 2y square is equal to 0. Rearrange the terms. I think there are two like terms including the variables x into y plus xy and minus 2xy. You can work out the subtraction between them, plus xy minus 2xy, it is minus xy, and that's why the simplified joint equation is x square minus xy minus 2y square is equal to 0. No more simplification is possible. So this is the final combined equation of the given two separate lines. Example 4. Find the separate equations of lines represented by x square minus y square plus x plus y is equal to 0. In this example, the joint equation is given to you, and from that we have to obtain the separate equations of two lines. So the given joint equation of lines is x square minus y square plus x plus y is equal to 0. Now collect first two terms, x square and minus y square. You can factorize x square minus y square. The factors are x plus y into x minus y. After that, collect the last two terms in one bracket, plus x plus y. So we got two terms, x plus y into x minus y, and the second term x plus y is equal to 0. Among these two terms, x plus y can be taken to be common. Taking x plus y common, we get x plus y into x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Again here, the product of two factors is 0. So each factor can be equated to 0, and that's why the required separate equations of the lines are x plus y is equal to 0 and x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So like this way, from the joint equation you can obtain the separate equations, and from the separate equations you can obtain the joint equations. Okay, remaining part we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Today let us stop here.